They said true beauty shines from within. When you learn to love yourself, you become unstoppable. Is this true? Let's find out in the story of Sarah. In the Boston city lived a woman named Sarah. Sarah was always seen with perfect makeup from morning to night. She did everything with it. She went to bed with makeup and woke up very early in the morning before her neighbors woke up to apply makeup, just so nobody would see her bare face. Her bare face had never been seen in the light of day without Sarah applying makeup. I know you might be wondering why Sarah doesn't want anyone to see her bare face. Well, my dear viewers, let's keep listening to the story. One day, a lady in the neighborhood who had been watching Sarah walked up to her one morning and said, Sarah, I see you here often. You always look so put together, and I wonder how you are able to keep it up that way. What is your secret? Sarah smiled politely, but her eyes darted away nervously, as if someone had asked her a question she was so afraid to answer. Then the lady went ahead and asked again, even when you were just relaxing, you are always on makeup. Sarah felt a lump in her throat. She wasn't ready to share her secrets. It's just something I like to do, she said, changing the subject quickly and running off. Actually, Sarah had a secret. Just because she doesn't want anyone to see her bare face, she always found herself in a tricky situation. One evening, she attended a friend's birthday party at a fancy rooftop restaurant. As the night wore on, the humidity began to affect her makeup. She excused herself and hurried to the restroom to quickly fix it. Worried that someone might have noticed, in a rush, she nearly knocked over a waiter carrying a tray of drink. Her heart pounded as she dabbed her face, hoping no one had seen her without her mask. At the office, Sarah was always careful to put her makeup intact. She kept a small mirror and a small makeup kit in her desk drawer, often sneaking off to the restroom to check her face. One day, during an important meeting, the air conditioner broke and the room grew warm. Sarah felt her makeup starting to melt. She excused herself, saying she had a stomach ache, and dashed to the restroom to quickly fix her face. She was so busy fixing her face, her hand trembling, seriously hoping that no one had seen a glimpse of her bare face without makeup. One Sunday morning, Sarah strolled into her favorite restaurant. She ordered a plate of food and sat to enjoy her meal when a young handsome man walked up to her and said, Wow, beautiful lady, I've been admiring you from far, and you have a very unique and styled appearance. Sarah felt so happy and joyful that a man complimented her this much, and she said, Oh, thank you so much. No one has ever complimented me like this in a long time. The gentleman went ahead and sat at the same table with Sarah and started a conversation with her. The two of them talked, and over time they exchanged numbers. Sarah and the gentleman, whose name was Mr. Richard, became friends. They laughed together, shared stories, and enjoyed each other's company. But Richard couldn't shake his curiosity about Sarah's face because for the past few weeks they've been talking as friends, and Richard had never seen Sarah without makeup. This made him very curious. One moment that really sparkled Richard's curiosity was a rainy afternoon when Sarah's makeup started to smoke. While they were on a lunch date, Richard noticed but said nothing because suddenly Sarah started to panic. Oh my god, it is raining. It can't be in this rain. My makeup, Sarah said. Richard wondered why she panicked so much about her makeup melting, but he didn't say anything. He simply offered his jacket to shield her from the rain as they walked together. Sarah felt her heart racing. She thought to herself, Oh, thank God, he had a jacket to cover my face because this rain would have washed up my face and Richard would have seen me. Because Sarah really loved Richard, she couldn't let him go. like she had with other men. Actually, Sarah had many admirers, suitors, but she had always rejected them because she didn't want them to see her natural face. Since she loved Richard so much, she wasn't ready to lose him. She said to herself, I think it's time to let him know the truth. So, Sarah invited Richard to her apartment. When Richard arrived, Sarah said, Richard, there's something I need to show you. She wiped away the part of her makeup, revealing a dark scar on her face. She said to Richard, this is why I wear makeup. I have a scar and I don't feel confident with it. Sarah told him how she had been bullied from when she was very young because of the scar on her face, and she had decided to keep wearing makeup for the rest of her life to feel confidence. After saying all of this to Richard, she thought he would leave her. But instead, Richard said, Sarah, you are beautiful with or without makeup. This scar doesn't change who you are. It shows your strength and resilience. Sarah felt a wave of relief washed over her. For the first time, she didn't feel ashamed of her scar. With Richard by her side, she decided to step out of the world without covering her scar. The next day, Sarah stood in front of her bathroom mirror. Her bare face stared back at her. She felt nervous but determined. With a deep breath, she stepped outside. Richard was waiting for her. He encouraged her to take a walk without makeup through the city. She was nervous and asked, Richard, are you sure about this? Richard smiled and said, Sarah, I'm here with you. As they walked through the busy streets, Sarah noticed people didn't react badly. Some even smiled at her. She felt a new sense of freedom and joy. Richard praised her courage, and Sarah felt her confidence grow. She started to realize that true beauty comes from within. Over time, Sarah's story became an inspiration to everyone who had one flaw or the other that were hiding from the public. She started a blog about her self-confidence, sharing her journey with the world. She realized true beauty indeed lies within, and she felt happier and more confident than ever. In the end, Sarah and Richard enjoyed a peaceful life together, always supporting and loving each other. They knew the most important thing was to be truthful to one another, and they lived happily, sharing this joy and wisdom with the world. Dear viewers, is this something that gives you a low self-esteem or make you feel less confidence? I want you to know that you are unique and valuable just as you are. Embrace your strengths and believe in your potential. Thank you so much for listening to this story. Please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly support my growth and be part of my journey. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification so when I post more stories like this, you would get them. I appreciate your support and thank you for watching once again. Bye.